ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Official Hammer Time podcast. As always, I am your host, Cade, aka Cadlocks, aka Mr. Irrelevant of Rainbow G League, and alongside me is my undrafted free agent, Mr. Jake Dozier, my partner in crime on these recaps/previews. And yeah, we got some games to preview today. No recap or anything like that this week. Short week, holiday week. It's not necessarily a time thing. I just don't think we need to, simply put. There's not really much that happened other than what has happened. You guys already pretty much know about, and it's not really anything for us to discuss at this point. It's really just for the watch how bad the committee messes up tonight. We are recording on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, so poll should release within the hour, I would think. And then
Do we know when it releases? Is it after the? So. Is it after the UMass game?
Potentially.
Is that when it's releasing? Or no? It's about to release. It'll release. We'll get to react to it live.
Oh, really?
I think it's.
No way.
I think so. Maybe.
If it does, hold on. That'd be kind of sick.
It says in 1 minute, so we'll see if that's real.
Oh, it does say that.
But Seton Hall USC's got 12 minutes to go in the second half, so I don't know how. I don't know what they're doing there. I'll keep everyone updated. I will be watching.
It says 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern time, so I would assume it's 7 to 8.
Ah, yes. So it's between. At that conclusion of that game. Okay, cool.
I would assume so. That's what I'm seeing. Right. So yeah, I'm sure we'll probably get to it. We have a couple of games. We have quite a few games to get into. It's Rivalry Week. We're going to take some time with this one. Not too much time though. I have food to eat. Week 14 preview though.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I'm sad.
Yep. Yeah.
I looked at that. I said that says 1-4. Is that 14? That says 14. It says November 25th. Dang. We've been moving. This is crazy. It feels like we only started this like not that long ago, or rebooted, I should say. Before we get into everything today, always be sure you guys are liking and subscribing, reviewing and following and rating and sharing with your friends, and using your mom and dad's account to also subscribe and follow and rate and whatnot, and your sisters, and make a dog account, make a cat account, make one for your fish, make one for whoever else you got in your household. I don't know, maybe that little dust particle that you can't reach at the top of your shelf. Make one for that one, or your fine china plates that your wife never lets you use or something. Why not? Make the account, like, subscribe, follow, and yeah, support the gang, and be sure to join the Discord. Best community in the industry by far, still to this day. Super grateful this week. Yeah, you guys rock. This is cool that we get to do this still. Yeah, we make no money off of this, so this is just pure love of the game from the guys. So the fact that you guys just kind of sit back and pretty much turn us on and listen and whatnot, just wherever you're going on your work day or at work, whatever, it's pretty cool. It's rewarding. So enough with the sappiness. We have football, and we have basically the same template, I would say, from the few previews. Shout out to Jake for the ideas, because I never would have thought of an upset meter or a favorite or favorite underdog or anything like that. So
totally original ideas, guys. Totally.
Mine's blown, dude. But yeah, we'll have some key games. We'll have some of our head turner games, of course. You could probably argue that every one of these games is pretty much a potential head turner in a way, but that's why we're here. I'll kind of let you lead things off, and we can just piggyback and just go game by game, what we always do.
All right, let's start with the first marquee matchup of the weekend of, this loaded, awesome, 4-5 day weekend we kind of get here. So we'll start with Friday, 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern on, I assume, ABC. Georgia and Georgia Tech are playing a. Is it? I think it's a neutral site game technically in Atlanta in Mercedes-Benz, I believe. Georgia currently favored around 13 and a half, over under 59 and a half. If ever anyone remembers this game last year, this came down to 6 overtimes. Um, Georgia won in what was the first like monumental like overtime game where it was decided by 2-point conversions, which really kind of takes the spirit out of college football overtimes. But anyways, enough about last year. This year, Georgia Tech coming off a season-ending loss, potentially, especially for their college football and ACC championship hopes, losing to Pitt. They now are going to play Georgia. And this game's going to come down to, in my biggest opinion, Haynes King. Because Georgia's offense is elite. Georgia is going to score on Friday. They are going to put up points. It's why the total's sitting at 60. Georgia's going to score in the high 20s, low 30s. It's what they've done all year. And this offense has been electric for Georgia, and I don't see Georgia Tech at all stopping it. The biggest questions I have are going to be when Georgia's on defense, because we've talked about probably all year about how Georgia's defense isn't normal Georgia defense. Well, over the past couple weeks and really the last month, 2 months, Georgia's defense, when the opponent is rushing the ball, is top 20 in almost every category. The one thing they're not great at is QB designed runs, which Haynes King, welcome. So Haynes King's going to have a big game. He's going to have to run the ball well. He's going to have to throw the ball better than he has all season to match, Gunnar Stockton on the other side. I'm not going to have a play in this game. I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to enjoy it. At the number, I don't know. I think 13 and a half screams take the favorite, but we know how Georgia starts games. I may try and get Georgia live, potentially, if Georgia Tech can score first, gets the ball first, but I'm not touching a total or a spread. I think Georgia wins, and probably by double digits.
I would say it's pretty comfortable. Nonetheless, I took the bet because I said I would all year, and I'm just going to ride that horse and die on that hill until we lose the bet, pretty much. There's not that's pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, there's not necessarily an easy way to cap this game. Now that I've just been so dead set on betting Tech, no matter what the number is, and I kind of have to think and wonder that like what the number is if they don't get beaten that bad last week, because I'm honestly not sure. Because I think we were talking, and it
Nine and
was
a half.
right. I was going to say it's right around 10, wasn't it? When we before, like in the game of the year tab, like at the beginning of the year, I think it was. And yeah, I mean, simple. I got it early. I have it at the even 14, so best number. I'm not going to be upset about it. Yeah,
2 touchdowns.
right. When you have the hook, I'm at 13 and a half. I feel like it is probably Georgia's game to lose in terms of a spread. But Georgia Tech's the more desperate team here. I mean, they need everything that they can get, and ultimately, a big number like that in a rivalry game that we know is close historically, I can't say no to it on a neutral site, especially. Is it really neutral? I mean, I don't know.
It's in Mercedes-Benz, so technically it's. I think I could be wrong. Hold on, let me check.
I want to know how close Mercedes it is. It's a Mercedes-Benz. I just want to know how close Bobby Dodd is to Mercedes-Benz.
A mile, 2 miles.
Is it really?
Yeah. Bobby Dodd's in Atlanta. The campus is in
that.
Atlanta. Like
I didn't know how like many
street.
blocks over. That's honestly even makes it even funnier. But yeah, it's a weird spot given last week, and it sucks. It really does. I was kind of hoping this to be really competitive when you have but 2 10-1 teams. It would have been cool, but whatever. That's kind of why I backed off of Tech at the end of the week last week, anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to be I didn't have the balls to take them. I just backed off of it. I just bought out. I didn't even watch that game, so I honestly couldn't tell you what went wrong or what happened. I just saw the score and I was just like, thank God. So I don't know. Um, yeah, it's a weird spot. I don't want to say that it's like a scare tactic that Tech is going to put on. I don't necessarily think that it's going to be close in terms of of a box score standpoint, but 10 to 13 seems like the type of margin that I would play with. You probably like you might be right on getting a decent middle ground with Georgia live if you can, but
Yeah.
at 14 I couldn't say no to Tech personally.
If I can get the original line of like 9.5 for Georgia, probably going to go with that.
I would play anything under double digits for sure. Yeah.
If not, I will just be watching the game as happy as can be because I do think it'll be
I
fun.
agree.
I think it'll be entertaining. Uh, Next one is Texas A&M travels to what is it? Austin,
Austin.
and at night, Friday night. This is 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, and I think this game's gonna be really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I think it's going to be really good is because one, we haven't seen A&M play an elite or not even elite, but really good football team since Texas A&M Notre Dame. So that was 3 months ago, almost at this
Pretty
point now.
much.
About 12 weeks ago is when we watched that game. We haven't seen them be really ultra pushed to the limit other than the South Carolina game, which they came back and won, and credit to them. And that's kind of like a destiny thing sometimes. And then you look at the other side on Texas, and I can promise you Steve Sarkisian's in that locker room telling him if we win this game, there's a chance we make the playoff, depending on what happens around us. And they have a good argument for it. No SEC bias, but a 9-3 Texas team that's losses are to Oklahoma, Georgia, and Ohio State, and has a win over A&M. It's a pretty good case, I will say. When you look at the matchup, I think the biggest thing for like Texas A&M's offense is Texas's defense has been really good on the ground. I think it's going to be really hard to run the ball consistently on them. Even when we watched like the Georgia Texas game, I felt like Georgia hit a lot of their plays through the passing game. It wasn't a ton of rushing explosives. So I think like Texas is going to force A&M to either hit explosives through the air or drive down the field. And I think the biggest key here, and I've said it a couple of times this year, Marcel Reed's legs. If he can get out of the pocket and if he can extend plays with his legs and with his arm, I think that's going to be huge because Texas is 116th in scramble yards EPA. So
Yikes.
that's bad. Basically, they face a mobile quarterback, that guy's putting up numbers on the ground in some shape or form. And then I think the other biggest thing, yards after catch. Texas allows a lot of yards after the catch. A&M elite yards after catch with those receivers. On the other side is how good is Texas's offense. The level up that we've seen from March Manning. We leveled it down against Georgia against a not very good defense in everyone's opinion with Georgia's defense. Now you face one that's even better. I just have a hard time imagining the ways Texas wins this game unless it's special teams touchdowns or turnovers for touchdowns. And the special teams touchdowns possible because I'm blanking on his name, but Texas's punt returner is a beast. That dude, I mean, he's got like 3 touchdowns on the year.
I don't know who. I don't know his name. Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about
want to
though.
say it's like Nesbit or something. I'm gonna get
That
flamed
sounds
for that
right.
probably.
Yeah, I might. I think that
Um,
sounds right though.
but I just with this line being so short at 2.5 and the total being around 51, I just have to go with I'm gonna go with Texas A&M. There's a not a lot of pass for Texas to win this game in my opinion, and as long as A&M cares about this game, I think A&M wins it. So I'll take A&M to win and cover.
I don't think you can take Texas at the number that it's at right now anymore. Like I think you just missed your chance. Like the 3.5 that popped, like maybe for not even less than an hour, maybe 40 minutes, if that, that was available. You're not getting that back. Um,
Yeah,
it
no.
has to be A&M money line for anything that you have, because anything under like 125, 130 should be your play, if anything. To say that you have,
122 on FanDuel.
yeah, I would take it right now, to be honest with you. If you have anything other than a side, I just don't see specifically Texas A&M offense being limited as much through the air, as much so as Texas's offense is limited on through their secondary just as much. Both secondaries are not very good.
No.
Ultimately, I think
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot of like airing it out. I would hope so, at least, because you have two very explosive pass offenses, or at least potential. A&M, we already know they are. We already said that downright. It's not even close. Craver, those guys, unreal. Will we see Arch throw it like he has? Will we actually see the star power that he has, or is it going to be just another fluke game against another good defense? We have no idea. That's the part that I'm scared about, of rooting for points or rooting for that team in general. Like, can he make plays against a good team with a pulse? We have no clue.
Yeah, not even a good team, just good defense.
Yeah, that's all it is, and it's just until then, I can't take that. I have to take the better team and the better coach with the better scheme and the better units all around the field, not even just in one specific area. For that price of whatever it is of 122 right now, it might get better. I don't know. The line's dropping down. I see a flat 2. I mean, you can probably wait. That'd be ballsy, but at what it is right now, it's A&M or nothing for me personally. But until I see a 3 pop, it's not. I'm not looking in Texas's range at all.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I think it's A&M money line or probably nothing for me. All right, next the game, 11
Mm.
a.m. Big noon. So sorry, I know I switched time zones up. It's because we're in two different ones.
11 a.m. but big
I
noon.
try, I try and hit them both. Yeah, it is big noon for Eastern people. It is 11 a.m. Central for me.
Big 11.
Ohio State in between 10 and 10 and a half. Over under is 44 and a half. It's low. Uh, Look, you can do any breakdown on this game, and I can look at any stats and all this stuff, and I can spit out all these things. But at the end of the day, Ohio State hasn't beaten Michigan in 4 years, and
They're out the window.
they won the national championship last year, and they got beat by Michigan. And then the year before that, Michigan beat them and won a national title. And you can keep going and all this. We thought it was a hardball thing. Turns out, not really. Sharon Moore can beat them too. So, what do we expect? The interesting thing to me, and we've talked about it on the pod, we talked about it in the Discord, we talked about it on, I don't know if we've talked about it on Twitter, but we've talked about it in multiple places. Does Ohio State necessarily really care about this game? I don't know if it's a they don't care thing or if it's a they get so tight for this week because of the monkey that's on the back right now, and it just causes them to play a certain way. Because last year they didn't technically need the game, they lose it, and then they go win a natty. So that's my first point. My second point: Ohio State has not been tested this year, outside of the first half of the Penn State game and the Texas game, which you can argue they weren't really tested because Texas,
Just
you
didn't
know,
pan out as what we thought, obviously. Yeah.
not even that, just in that game specifically, it never felt like Texas was a threat to
It
me.
was underwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah. Michigan's like tested. They have played Oklahoma on the road. They've played USC. They've played Nebraska before Raiola got hurt. They've played in close games. This team knows how to win. They know what it takes to win. And they've got a quarterback that is the best we've seen in a Michigan uniform, potentially. Not trying to hate on 9 on his in his NFL career, but you know, Bryce Underwood's pretty good. I just I think it'd be stupid to sit here and say I'm going to take Ohio State because I'm not. Michigan covers and wins again, 5th year in a row. Until Ryan Day proves it to me, I'm not taking him.
I just don't know why we consistently overvalue Ohio State in this rivalry. Again, year after year after year after year after year. Like the spread, like Dylan would say the exact same thing. The spread every year for this game should be no bigger than a touchdown, ever.
Yeah, I mean, when's the last time it
literally,
was over
literally
one?
ever. The last like 3 years. I mean, Ohio State was 17 last year.
No, I'm saying when was the last time the actual game ended?
Oh, I know what you're saying. At 23. I mean, they went into the shoe and they won by 20 something, 45-23 or something like that. But they were still dogs by like 9.
2022, yeah, 45-23.
And I'm pretty sure there were dogs in that game, like pretty big dogs.
The
But
Natty year? I don't know.
no.
That
Yeah.
was the Natty year.
No, the Natty year.
Or no, that was the year
Was it?
before the Natty year. That was the year they made the
The
playoff.
Natty was at
2023
home.
was the year.
Michigan was actually favored by 4 the year of the Natty, I believe.
Unless I'm looking at basketball. I'm not.
I don't, dude. It's I hate predicting this stupid game because no matter what you say, you're either pulling something out of your behind and you're just hoping that something that you say actually happens. Like I could say that Ohio State actually comes into this place and they have their number. They've getting their revenge essentially, and like they're just going to run with the score for even if they don't need to, just because of how much hate they have for them. I could say that. I could say Julian Sayin has never played in an environment such as big as this or a stage as big as this in his entire college career, and he absolutely craps the bed against an actually really, really good defense, and maybe arguably limited by shocker Ryan Day play calling or Brian Hartline play calling, whoever it is. I don't. No matter what you say, you are not going to be able to pinpoint whatever happens in this game without a doubt. Ever. Michigan, I believe, is still without Justice Haynes.
Yeah, all year.
You have an Ohio State team that is ground and pound for the most part with one guy until they get inside the 20, and then it's CJ Donaldson. And they can hurt you on the outside of the numbers, obviously. We already know that. And if these injury talks are actually true, they're not. I doubt it. I don't
Carnell's
know.
Might be.
Honestly, we don't. Carnell, okay, I'll take that back. I do believe Carnell's because there was actually really strong conversation that he was actually going to be out significant time. Smith, on the other hand, I don't know.
No, he's fine. He will play on Saturday.
Yeah, it's this dude's birthday.
Solid.
It's so hard to predict. I mean, at the number that I'm looking at, you're getting 10.5 at home to this gutsy, scrappy team that just that they don't want anything else but to beat them every year because I mean they're not really playing for anything at this point either. I mean, you can
Make the
argue
playoff.
if they win this game, yeah, they're in the
That's the best win
conversation
ever.
just
That's
like
the best win
that,
of the year.
1,000%. But like until then, like they're just playing to piss these guys off. They don't really care. I guess I'll take that back. They do care. There's a massive care factor on Michigan's side because they're actually playing for something. Again, on the other side, what are you doing? Why are you there? You're there to get in, get out, get your seed, and go play your playoff game. Hosting, maybe. I don't know. We've already discussed that. It's like the third time we've already talked about that. It's Michigan at 10.5 or it's nothing again. Like one of those things.
I think it's Michigan.
It's a short total. It's going to be one of those 27-24 type games, maybe 24-21 type game. I could see it being ending in the teens. I mean, Ohio State's team total sitting at 27. I don't think they touched 27. Like, I don't see that.
Yeah, I think it's Michigan's. I think it's Michigan spread, Michigan money line.
For the value that it's at, you think you have to.
Yeah,
I mean, I would. It's worth a play. Like I said, I play every dog money line that I take.
yeah.
But I
So,
mean, you can't. It really. It just depends on which version of Ohio State you get. Like we don't know. We don't know if they're going to care. We don't know if they're not. We think that they shouldn't care. But I mean, how bad does Ryan Day want to win against his team? Honestly, it's just Sherrone Moore does. That's all I know. I'm gonna take the guts. I'm gonna take the gutsy team at home personally, who has something to play for still.
yeah. Um. All right. Tennessee, Vandy. Vandy travels to Knoxville. They're 3-point dogs. This is at 3:30 Eastern on Saturday. Totals at 65 and a half. Oh, that's hilarious. That is so funny. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this short and simple. Tennessee remembers all the stuff you talked, Diego, last year. They didn't forget. You can be all quiet now, but they walked in your trap last year and beat you by 17 with Nico at QB. They have a better passing game this year. Yeah, the defense is worse, but you have 102,000 people that honestly probably would don't want you to make it out of the stadium. So I think it's Tennessee all the way. Until Vandy proves that they can beat one of these top teams in the SEC, I don't think you should be playing Vandy like money line or anything like that. And I'd say at a flat 3, sure. I don't mind you taking Vandy. I think Tennessee is the better team. I think Tennessee will be more prepared. I think Tennessee has more avenues to win. And yeah, honestly, I wouldn't hate an under here. Um, just because Tennessee, they showed it last week. Like these guys did not quit on the season. They could have. These two rivalry games are huge to them, and the defense showed up, albeit against a not very good offense, but they held Florida to nothing. They went out and put up 30. So I expect more of the same this week.
I'll start with this Tennessee team of how impressive this season has been. You could argue this year specifically should have been pretty much the same as like of what we thought Ole Miss was going to be. This middle ground SEC team that is in somewhat, I don't want to call it a complete rebuild, but I mean it's just take your wins and whatever, eat your losses on the chin. Usually how Tennessee kind of used to be, and they ended up with like that 8-4, 9-3 kind of staple. This year they've exceeded a ton of expectations for me, even though that the record doesn't necessarily speak of that as much as maybe to other people. But you lose that many key pieces in this offseason, and it worked out better in their way at this point. Honestly, you can argue like you have a chance to pick up your ninth win. You get a shot at your rivalry opponent, who again, I can't stand. it's, it's a ton of fuel added to the fire this week on this one specific side. I wouldn't be surprised if that quote is pretty much hung in the locker room. I don't know what the quote was to be exact. It was something along the lines of they will run the state of Tennessee and they will be the new staple of college football, and some other side stuff about NIL, I think, in another interview that it was told after the fact. Nonetheless, like you said, short, sweet, and
Here, I'll give
simple.
it to you word for
Go for
word.
it.
We can
Just
beat
please, yeah.
Tennessee literally any given Saturday. They think they're going to destroy us. Explicit, every single one of them, dudes. Which I believe would be the F word. So
That's not very nice.
yes, that yeah. Get ready, Diego.
Nonetheless, again, simply put, short, sweet, and simple, like you kind of said, I have Tennessee at -2.5 for 2 units. They should win this comfortably by, I'm hoping, at least a touchdown, but genuinely, I'm not going to be surprised if this is, again, 13, 14 points. The passing attack is too good. Vandy's secondary numbers, like we've pretty much said almost all season long, is that they are inflated from who they have played in the past, and then we've seen what Bama did. We've seen what Auburn almost did.
An inept offense.
I'm not trusting it. I'm sorry. And then if you just want me to believe that Diego is supposed to play hero against this defense, sorry, no. I haven't been a fan of the guy since since last year. I'm not just gonna ultimately just flip sides now. This line is incredibly short. Should be at least minimum 4.5. That's it. And I get it. Rivalry game, nasty. 2.5 points at home though. Versus how many points were they getting on the road last year? I forget.
You're favored by 14, 13 and a half, maybe.
So why in the world are
10
you
points
getting
difference, man.
less than a field in your home?
16-point difference
in your home stadium.
13 or 16.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind. This one, it shouldn't be. Like, any way that you can fade Vandy in this spot, team total under, Tennessee money line if it's there, honestly, for a decent price. I might add a third unit. This might be 3-unit play for me. I genuinely do not see this team losing this game in any sort of fashion whatsoever. They are not losing this game.
There you go.
Plain and simple. Sorry. And you can kiss the playoff hopes goodbye and your mom and her. Never mind. I'm going to stop there.
Okay. Upset meter. Utah travels to Kansas on Friday. Concern.
That's a pretty big line if I remember correctly. I think it's above 10.
Yeah, it's high. 13 maybe.
They looked bad though.
It's at 12.
They looked pretty bad against Kansas State. There were some flaws that got exposed on Utah in terms of their defense as well. I mean, good God. But again, Kansas State's defense just couldn't find a way. I'm going to say I'm probably sitting around a 5. Maybe like mid-tier. I could see it. I could see it being closer than double digits, that's for sure. But nothing that I'm like actually scared for my life for.
Yeah, I'm at a 4. I think there are avenues for Kansas to do it, but I think they're very small, and it's got to be very, very, like Jalen Daniels has to be on point for this game. And I think ultimately he'll probably make a mistake or two.
Kansas State should have won last week anyways with like whole ref situation. If you guys watched that game, that was terrible. So, I mean, if they get a couple good draws, I really wouldn't be surprised if they're in it.
Yeah. Ole Miss travels to Cowbell Country. 7.5 point line. 7. Friday night.
To win?
Oh, this is Friday at 11 now?
This is Friday. Yeah, this is Friday at noon.
That sucks.
Yep. It's just upset just to win.
Always.
I honestly have to say around again, maybe 6, 5. I think it is closer than a touchdown. I just don't really see Ole Miss dropping this game with how like I don't want to say this with precaution because I don't know. I'm not an insider. I don't know. But with all the players tweeting out lately about their focus and all this stuff amongst Lane's potential rumors and all this kind of stuff, that says a lot, first of all. They know what's at stake with their coach. They know what they have to do, pretty much. Like, this is the best shot that they're going to get. Like, I don't think that there is 1 ounce of them that aren't necessarily just confident in themselves to just go in there and win this game. Cover is a different thing. We're talking about wins and losses here. I think Ole Miss wins, but I'm not a fan of the number at the spread. But yeah, to win, I'm at a 5 or a 6 personally.
I'm lower. I'm at a 3. unless Mississippi State can flip something defensively that we haven't seen all year, it's just I can't see them winning it. Covering, I could see this being a lot like the Tennessee game was earlier this year, where they're, you know, in it till the end kind of thing,
Right.
like the Florida game. So I'll put it at 3, though, Mississippi State winning. So I had this on upset, but it wouldn't be an upset, technically.
Uh-oh.
So I'll actually. Arizona travels to Arizona State, but they're favored. So
Line flipped.
yeah, we're gonna take that one off because I do think Arizona just wins. So
I
personally,
did I did have Arizona money line as well.
all right. Miami travels to Pitt, 11 a.m., 30 degrees at kickoff.
I have never loved Pitt more than I do now.
Never rooted for Pitt harder than you will on Saturday.
Unfortunately, I mean, it might take. I don't know. This is actually one of those like really funny. Like as a fan, like is this going to help Notre Dame or is this going to hurt?
I mean, it
I don't.
helps more than
I
it
truly
hurts
don't
for
know.
sure.
um. Nonetheless, I took Pitt spread, but again, we're talking about wins and losses. I also put them in a round robin. They are in one of mine this week. One, you got to start with the weather. This is tough. Asking
Well,
Miami, Florida to come into Pittsburgh and do this. I think this is your perfect spot to fade Miami personally. I got to go at a 7 probably to win this game, I would say. I think it's really close. As far as a win goes, they're going to need some late game heroic, I would say. But yeah.
I'm lower. I think I'm at a 5.
I get
I
it.
think
Yeah.
you have to throw weather in there for sure. And this being Miami's only cold weather game and going on the road. So like that definitely factors into this. But from a football perspective, like Miami should be able to throw the ball decently here. They're probably not gonna be able to run it, but they should be able to throw it. And the other side, it just Miami's defense is so good.
Yeah.
It's hard for me with a true freshman quarterback to just blindly trust you against a good defense. So I'm lower,
What's
can definitely see it happening though.
what is the intel on CJ Daniels? Have we heard anything else?
I haven't seen anything though.
I think I don't know if he's back. I know I'm obviously they played last week, but
He didn't.
I don't. He didn't.
Or did he?
I thought
I
he
didn't
did.
watch. I didn't watch. I'll be honest.
Um,
Or I had it on, but I wasn't. I had it on, but I wasn't paying attention to CJ
I
Daniels.
thought he played. If he played, then he was limited. I know that because Tony had like 150 or something like that.
He had 0 catches, so
He did
I'm
not.
sure he played.
He did not. He did not play. He's not on the report or anything. Okay. Well, in that case, that's a lot resting on my part personally of picking in that game. I think he's a vital part to the passing offense. Obviously, they should be fine with just Tony. Tony is a one-man Swiss Army knife. The dude's ridiculous. Nonetheless, yeah, I still stay around a 7.
All right. LSU travels to Oklahoma at 3:30 on Saturday.
To win, 2.
Agreed.
Oklahoma should. This is fun. I think Oklahoma covers this pretty comfortably. If I'm being completely honest with you.
Should.
Um, you can probably argue the win and get out kind of scenario, which I do think that like I said, the end goal is essentially just to get your win and literally just move on to the next. But ultimately, style points last home game. It's this one shouldn't be what it is.
No, it should be higher. especially after last week with LSU.
It's yeah.
Oregon travels to Husky Stadium at 2:30, 3:30 on Saturday.
Huh. I haven't looked into this one as much as I probably should have. I think Washington's six. Is it 6.5 for Oregon right now?
There's still a flat 7, but yeah, 6.5.
I was gonna say. I think I took Washington at a flat 7. I'm staying true to what I said the last couple of weeks. I am fading Oregon the last 2 weeks of the season. Last week, honestly, I got to give it to them. I really didn't expect to be that what happened, to be that dominant, especially just through the air and on the ground. Both offense looked crisp, but that was yeah. This week though, you're on the road. Husky Stadium's a different animal. We've seen obviously what Ohio State did in that stadium, but Oregon and Ohio State this year, very, 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 very large gap. You can argue. A lot of people do argue. I don't really think it's comparable. They compare this to Beaver Stadium though, as in terms of environment standpoint.
Husky, it's up there.
This is one of the more sleepy environments that like just gets kind of looked over in terms of spots. I like the spot a lot. I'm going to give Washington. I'm going to say a 6. I think the
Barring,
cover part is, yeah, I think it's there. It's just to win. And again, like these games in the past, they've been really close. Like whenever they had Penix, that the games were really good both times. But yeah, I don't know.
if
I don't know.
both teams are banged up, I think injuries,
Very,
having to do
yeah,
this on a Tuesday is tough because we don't even have injury reports yet. But if we're saying that the injuries and or the guys that are getting healthy that we think are going to get healthy, I'm at a 6 or 7 here. I think Washington absolutely has the tools to do this. I think they have the quarterback to do it if they can give him time. That's the biggest thing. It's the O-line
for
injuries
sure.
for Washington that have been the biggest. So if they are healthy and they can give him time against this pass rush, I think they do have a chance. And then they're just going to have to hit some outside explosive runs. But I'm definitely up there. And then to finish off, Alabama travels to Jordan Hare at night.
This is another tough. This is another toughie. Um, Shoot, buddy, I've been waiting for this one. This is. Oh God, it's so contradicting because we both need them to win this game. That's the funny thing.
If I need.
Well, I mean, I am already hedging with Auburn money line here, without a doubt, for one thing. And you should too. I would hope to God you are.
Already did.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm gonna go with a 4, and it starts with Ashton Daniels. Personally, here's the thing. Like, if it if it were Deuce, I'm not even lying. I'm not even lying to you. That bumps this up, and even if both quarterbacks play again, like you said, doing this on a Tuesday, we have no look of game plan. If they both play, I'm bumping this up to at least a 6, maybe a 7. I'm not saying to cover though. This is just to win. Like I have it around a 4. Like I still think Bama just pulls it out. Like it could be one of those like Bryce Young, Isaiah Bond corner touchdown on 4th and 30, whatever it was. It could be very much so be one of those games.
That was Milrow. But yeah.
Was it Milrow?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
That was the last time they played in Jordan here.
I think it's I think Bama money line. Don't bet the money line. Yeah, I don't know. I am worried. I'm really worried because this is like the most confident I've ever been in a future, pretty much ever. But like we need this. Like I have to say that they win, right? I don't know.
I mean, I don't, and I'm not going to. I'm at an
You're at
8.
like an 8. Yeah.
Weird stuff, dude. Weird stuff happens here when Alabama travels here. Weird stuff happens. Auburn plays just weird. You're telling me they fired their head coach. They have an interim. They're playing a quarterback who really doesn't know what a forward pass is. And yet this line's only 5. That is that's Alabama football. And from what we've seen over the last 2 years is that some of these Alabama team or the 2 Alabama teams with DeBoer and in some of these big games, they just act weird. Like they're just weird. Like they just don't play the way they should. And like if you I want to compare this to a game, I compare this to Alabama Oklahoma because it's almost the exact same team. The only difference between Oklahoma and Auburn is Oklahoma's defense is slightly better against the pass, and Oklahoma has somewhat of a pulse offensively. If Auburn has any pulse offensively in this game, I'm nervous because, yeah, Alabama doesn't run the ball. Whatever. Well, Oklahoma kind of proved that even if they can't, and even if that doesn't matter, it matters because now Simpson has to throw in tight windows. It leads to turnovers. They fumble footballs. So, like, yeah, I'm at an 8. I'm not gonna go out and say right now that Auburn's gonna win, but I'm worried, and it is why I'm hedging it because I'm nervous.
I'm hedging either way, but
I mean,
God,
yeah.
dude, I, I
Um,
don't know. Like, I'm on an island here. I'm not gonna lie to you, but Bama realistically, on paper, should
we've
win
said that
this
all
game.
year. We've said
Should
that
win
all
this
year.
game by like double digits, 2 possessions, arguably 3.
And we said that. And we said that against Florida State, and we said it against Oklahoma, and here we are. We said it against Vandy, which they did. But like even Missouri was close, which we were on
I
Missouri.
don't know.
But
This one just
still,
feels different. This one just feels different. I don't know. Like it just
I think it's just the way
everybody
they
and their
play
mother,
leads to close games.
everybody and their mother will back Auburn in this game. That's the thing. But the line's like kind of
The line's
not
going
probably
up.
not going. I mean the line. Yeah, that's what I mean. That should tell you
65%
everything.
of the bets are on Bama. 45% of the money. This is a sharp Auburn. This is Auburn sharp.
If the line's going up though, it doesn't make any sense to be called sharp movement for that though. That would be
No, I
technically
think the
Bama.
sharp movement is going to hit it, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm nonetheless. I would wait. 'Cause
55% of the money's on Auburn, 35% of the bets. That's what I think we call a little bit of that. Maybe a little.
I'm skeptical. Very.
Mm.
I don't know, dude. This has got some nasty voodoo magic to it. And Jordan Hare, they posted a stadium photo today of the entire stadium pretty much lit up in it looked like red, but it was probably orange.
I hope so.
Some thought that they were sacrificing elephants. I don't know. But
All
I
right.
don't know, dude. It's very weird.
Favorite.
We're talking money line, right?
Nope, this is spread.
Or just spread.
Yes.
As much as I would want to, I mean, I would say Tennessee. Technically on paper, that would be it because I'm on them for 2 units. If you wanted a different one, just to put something out there, Missouri.
Mine's Missouri, so you're going Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Missouri. The Drink cares about this rivalry game, and Arkansas is. I can't believe this line's at 3. This is crazy.
Just doesn't.
Or it's 2.5.
I could
It's insane.
probably arguably have 2-unit plays.
Yeah,
2-unit plays.
I think Missouri kills them. But I have to hedge with Arkansas money line because I have Missouri's over win total. So, but I do think Missouri wins. So that would be my favorite. And then underdog money line.
Underdog money line. I think I'm going with Pitt.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Pitt.
I'm going to go Kentucky. I think they are going to beat Louisville outright. I think Miller Moss might be playing. So
Louisville hasn't beaten Kentucky in their home stadium in like 7 years, something like that. Something crazy.
The reverse splits are crazy. So yeah,
they cannot beat this team at home. So yeah,
Kentucky dominates teams that are actually like limited offensively. Like you look at when they played Texas and when they played, who was the other team? Who they play really close? Like Florida, they dominated them. Like these teams that are limited offensively, they do really well against, and then they're able to score. Auburn, when they played Auburn, when they play teams that are really good offensively, they just struggle, like Tennessee and Vandy. So I don't take that Vandy result last week very seriously because they played a team that's really good offensively and has a good game plan. So yeah, give me Kentucky.
I agree. I like it. Second time in Kentucky too on the underdog lay. It's cool.
Yeah, they don't value Kentucky correctly. They don't value Kentucky or Pitt correctly.
That's true. That's true. Well, that was fun. There's rivalry week.
There you go.
Oh, dang. These next few weeks are going to be kind of different, I would imagine.
Nuts.
In terms of like, honestly, just scheduling and stuff. Just because conference championship matchups will prevail. You'll have... We'll definitely, depending on what happens, I mean, we'll definitely do a recap, obviously. Trying to pretty much think of what else. I mean, you have a pretty empty week in between with like Army and Navy, and then I don't know. We'll pretty much figure out everything as the schedule and format of the playoff pretty much unfolds. Did the poll get released yet?
No, they're doing the intro right now. You need to get your eyes over to the Houston game, though, buddy.
Do I?
They're down 5.
I'm so happy that I did not post that.
On the play of the day.
I'm so happy I didn't post that. Wow. I don't know. It's up to you if you want to kind of wait it out until the poll comes.
No, we already know the poll's going to be the same. I can't do my weekly. How does Tennessee get in? Though I'll have to do that later.
Yeah.
We're still alive.
I'll make a note real fast that as a joke, I sent this to Dylan and Jake separately. I played literally for like $10 for Notre Dame to not make the playoff.
Oh yeah, I remember you sending this.
The price for that I had it at was plus 1260. That is now down to plus 610.
Do you think they drop again today?
They might.
After their murder of Syracuse?
They might.
Hey, big win for Miami. Viva. On the road. No
Bump it up, dude. That's hard. A tough environment.
Who lost? Did anyone lose in the top 12 this week? No?
No.
Maybe they'll go above Utah. Gotta compare them. Are we in the comparison of them yet?
I would hope so.
They're going to take forever on this. I'm not.
I mean, hold on here. I mean, like...
They haven't even started yet. They're still explaining how the 12-team playoff works like I don't know already.
You want to hear another blind resume while we're here?
No. But yeah, sure.
It's kind of gross.
Okay.
So you have two teams who are 8-2.
Okay.
You have your best wins
8-2.
8-2.
They've only played 10 games. How's that possible? Ooh, they're
What do you
ranking them.
mean?
Hold on.
Are they doing it now?
Yeah, they're doing it. Zona, top 25.
Zona money line. Duh.
They're 25th. Oh, we're going over Tulane's resume. That's so dumb.
Huge for us. SMU
Tech
goes back
dropped to
in.
20. Hey, SMU's back. Yeah, because they're going to win the ACC.
Shocker.
Ooh, that stuff book.
ASU jumps up 5.
19.
That's insane. So Arizona State moves up 5 spots, number 20. Tennessee at 19. Georgia,
They didn't
or
do
sorry,
anything. What'd
Virginia
they
at
do?
18. Is that what that said?
Yeah, Virginia's
USC
18.
at 17.
Yeah.
I didn't catch 16 and 15. Okay, so 16 Texas.
Yep.
This ACC championship conversation is going to be ridiculous. Michigan sits at 15, moves up 3. So basically, it's a win and in scenario. That pretty much just solves that. That's crazy.
Vandy's 13. Who's 14?
I didn't see
Somebody
that.
else.
I don't know.
No, they haven't released it.
I thought it went by like one by one. Yeah. Okay, they're going
They
one by
did.
one now. Um.
5 minutes? That's a long time.
Almost finished. I'm sorry. Vandy at 14, staying still. Doing this live is hard because there's like a bunch of awkward silence, I feel like. um Jeez, dude.
Good Lord.
Honestly, good for Tennessee's resume if they win.
Yeah,
Even
dude,
better
we're
at
going to
that
bump
point.
all the way to 12.
Utah drops 1 spot.
Get them out of here.
Get him to 13.
So they have no shot. They would have to win.
12
Yeah,
moves
they have no
up
shot.
to Miami. And
Do you
ladies
think
and
Notre Dame's
gentlemen.
11?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, so they can't say the thing that they're not comparing them now, right?
No, there's no way.
They have to be comparing.
And the
What?
team that beat the one in front of them is going to
So
be
Miami's
behind,
12,
probably.
BYU's 11.
BYU
Notre
stays
Dame's 10?
11. Notre Dame has to move to 10, right? Or
So but they're gonna say the same thing when they ask: is are they in a pool now? And they're gonna say no, we still haven't gotten to them being in a pool.
so 11 is BYU, obviously staying still.
I'm so confused.
Really big
Did they
win.
when they did the comparative pools? Was it by 3 or 4? Because I thought it was 4.
I don't know. I honestly
Therefore,
couldn't tell you. I am shocked. I'm not shocked actually. We pretty much said this.
so
This is funny.
but if they're not in a pool now, they're never gonna get in a pool together. Like
Right?
Miami beating Pitt isn't gonna make them bump over BYU. Unless we're saying that when BYU loses, BYU will drop to 12 and Miami will go to
So
Bama's
Bama
10.
goes.
So yeah, they're still not in a pool together.
Wow. Notre Dame stays at 9.
Yeah, they must still not be.
Wow. Maybe one more
I guess
week. I don't know.
I guess 9, 10, 11, 12 are not the pool. I'm interested. I really wish they would explain why Notre Dame's ahead of Alabama.
You see, that was going to be my blind comparison resume that I was going to show you.
And
But I guess it's
I
out the
know
bag.
Alabama's schedule's light years ahead of Notre Dame's.
I don't even have to go. I mean, I can go over it still if you want, but it's bad. Yeah.
Okay, I can be done now. They're all the same. Tennessee putting BTA over here. Yeah, so it'll be 8, Oklahoma, 7.
Oklahoma.
7 should be Ole Miss, in my opinion. I think Oregon should bump up a spot. But that's just me. But it'll be some variation
they
of...
might. They might.
It'll be some variation of Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas Tech, then Georgia's 4. Same thing. Nothing changed this week. It's all going to come down to Friday and Saturday.
What a final week. With like I did number whatever. 22 total games have implications. 22? So they did. They bumped down Ole Miss to 7. And they put Oregon above at 6.
Which means that's locked in.
Pretty much.
Both teams win.
Win out, so that's going to be your seed.
So, yeah. Because I don't think there's no way Oklahoma can get above Ole Miss. So, yeah, that's your 7-10 is Ole Miss Bama in Ole Miss. Depending on if Bama were to win the SEC, obviously.
Right.
But I'd say Oklahoma Notre Dame's probably locked as long as both teams win. So Notre Dame will probably travel to Norman. That is more than likely your matchup there. Because I don't see how either of those two bump anywhere unless like one of these top 7 lose this week, which I don't. It's possible, but hard to envision. So if my one... So Ohio State's going to be 1. How far does Ohio State drop if they lose to Michigan? Because you can argue that if they lose by like 3,
I think you're 5.
They lost to because they lost to Michigan on the road.
I think you're no lower
in a competitive game.
No lower than 5 to 7.
Yeah, I agree. They still get a home playoff game. I agree. Yeah, same thing. All right.
Yeah.
How boring.
What about the live reaction? How about that? Thank God.
So they still throw Miami in there, even though literally Miami cannot be the ACC champ. I love that we keep doing that.
This is
sub
awesome.
Miami, sub SMU in for Miami, and that would be your 12.
Essentially, yes.
So right now I take Texas Tech, Notre Dame, Oregon, and Alabama to move on. Dude, you could get A&M, Oregon, Indiana, Bama, Ohio State, Notre Dame. That'd be awesome. That's dope. Then who was the other one? Georgia would play Tech.
It's crazy.
That's good.
This is actually crazy.
All right.
And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we'll end it there for the W Live reaction on the poll.
W.
And that is going to be the preview for week 14. We'll keep you guys updated as far as scheduling goes for the upcoming week with conference championships, with bowl games and whatnot. It's going to be busy. It's going to get hectic, and it's going to get hectic fast. But we're prepared. We'll do this. And other than that, about all we got. So we will see you guys. I think we are available for a morning huddle. Maybe. Are you?
Maybe. I don't know.
I know that I can make it work. It is just going to be up to you guys on if you want to or not. We can probably do a quicker one. I don't want to make it last all the way up until 12 o'clock.
There's less games.
Like we have been.
There's less games to do.
Very much so.
decent amount of them will be
a
played
lot
Friday.
on Friday.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Upcoming news. We'll try to figure that out within Thursday and Friday and let you guys know in the chat. And other than that, keep Twitter noties on for when we do go live, if we do. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week for the recap and go from there. Play it by ear after that. So have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Good luck with all the bets, and keep rolling. See y'all.
Dope.